know what's interesting with you? I feel like you kind of flipped. I remember because you look so different from like
Yeah.
your early days, your hair, your style, whatever. And I feel like when I showed people, there were people who knew you how you looked in the beginning of your career, and I would show them like your new special, and they'd be like, "Oh wow, like he's got the bomber jacket on, his beard looks nice, he cut his hair, he looks like that." And then now it's the opposite, where I'm like, "Do you know this is what it used to look like in the beginning?" And they know you from the new look, and they don't know the old
Yeah.
look, which I think is a
Yeah.
good thing, right? It's like you've flipped
It's
and
good.
you've gotten so much more fans as time has gone on. But I feel like that glow up, man. I mean, you look entirely different.
I know. Well, it was
What
like
was
we
that
were
like?
just a
Your
mess
wife
back
told you like you got to cut your hair, dude.
It was just no. She never. It was just we were just a mess back then, dude. You're just in New
Yeah.
York doing comedy, like you're in the grind. You're
Yep.
out every night. You're partying. You're eating McDonald's every night. Like you're doing
Mm-hmm.
all these kind of things, and uh, and so then it just kind of, I just kind of stopped. You know, it's like you just kind of
Yeah.
stopped. I stopped drinking. I
Yeah.
stopped.
Who knew if
You
you
know,
treat your body like shit, you, know, you don't look your best? Who knew?
you
Were
don't
you
look your best.
were you a big partier?
Yeah. We got after it. I
Really?
mean,
Yeah.
in the you know, I always say quit drinking. I mean, clear. I didn't have a problem in the fact that like, you know, like Soder doesn't hasn't drinking forever,
Right.
but when Soder would drink, like Soder and them would always be doing shots. Like they'd be at the table. We had beers, and they would do a shot at the table, and they'd go get another. They'd go buy another round of beers, and then Soder would take a shot up there by himself, and then go back with the beer.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that kind of thing, and you know, so it's hard to sometimes know like when you should stop because you're, you know, it's like I wasn't like it's not like I was even like I'm drinking at home or I'm drinking alone
Right.
or I'm doing all these kind of things. But I just in this world that I'm in, alcohol was everywhere. I was
Everywhere.
doing it every night. It made me feel so bad. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know how to kind of turn it off. I just kind of keep going. And so I was like, well, if I want to get better at my craft, if I want to always be able to wake up and feel like I want to go do something or I want to do a good show, uh, I need to quit drinking. And I'm feeling that now with food. Now that I've stopped drinking, now I can kind of with food. I'm going all right. Like yeah, when I eat something, I feel kind of sluggish. I feel
Yeah.
tired. I want to nap. And you're like, I don't need to be doing this. I need to kind of have my brain not be slow.
Well, when you were to go back to Rogan again, when you said that you would eat like, and this is why I always resonate with you because when you said that you would eat like 4 Krispy Kreme donuts, no problem. I didn't even like flinch at that, and Rogan was like, "What? You
Yeah.
would do what?" And it's like, yeah, man, that's like no issue. But so you're even cutting that out, huh?
Yeah. So I've gave up sugar and really just
Just
sweets.
all sugar?
No, just the sweets.
Okay.
And so like I'm still having bread and stuff. I
Right,
will
right.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah, yeah.
eventually get a bread. I mean I could eat a piece of pizza. Like I'm not getting but my sweets was bad. I mean I eat ice cream every night and
Mhm.
I eat Sour Patch Kids. I mean like I'm really going I could eat donuts, I could get
Oh,
like that
oh,
kind of thing. And I
yeah,
would do
yeah,
it
yeah,
every day and I've been doing it every day for a while and it's I mean like it's every day.
yeah.
And I'm actually very active. Like I started working out. I golf
Golf all the time.
every day.
Yeah.
So like I'm pretty active, and I was like I realized like I'm not putting enough energy in my body, and
Hmm.
so then I would feel just like I could just feel like your body feels awful because you're like I'm not giving myself fuel, and I don't eat enough anyway. But when I do eat, it's bad and it's late at night, and then like because it all comes crashing down where you're starving, and then you're just like, whatever. I
Whatever's
mean,
in sight. Yes, yes.
handfuls of Sour Patch Kids. I mean, handfuls. It's
It's
70 of them. Like it's
when I look at
so
serving
many.
sizes of things, the only thing in the
Oh,
world, the goldfish serving sizes is 55 pieces. That's the only thing on earth that's a real serving size. Everything else, I'm like,
that makes sense.
oh, I had 100 of these, and I'm supposed to only
Yeah,
have like 7. Oh, fuck.
yeah.
That's not good.
That's
But
not
man,
good.
I mean, it shows like it physically shows with you, but also, I mean, I hate to hear that because it's changes that I have not made. I don't really drink anymore, but the food, like those are changes I have not made. I probably even got worse, if anything. And it's like, but you are, you're doing better in life, and you're like feeling better and probably succeeding more. I'm like, damn it, it does work. Damn it, I don't want to hear that.
Your mood, I think, gets a little better. I mean, it's
Hmm.
not all there, but and I'm not completely there yet where I'm eating really, really good. But I mean, but I'm 42, so like that's it's. I'm at, food never, I mean, clearly it affected me. Look how I looked back then.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to not know, like, if I
You
would have
couldn't
just
see it
even
happening.
somewhat cared at all, like, I don't necessarily think I'm ever going to be a big, I mean, I was eating where like I shouldn't be able to walk into a door.
Right.
Like, but like my metabolism is clearly pretty good.
Yeah.
But I was
yeah.
like fighting it so hard.
Yeah. So
I
like
mean, I
imagine
was
if your
winning.
body didn't have to go to war with
I
the
mean,
food you're
just
putting in every
day,
fucking day.
it's your body's just like, oh, here we
Here
go.
we go. Yep.
Here
The
we
Krispy
go.
Kremes are coming down the
Yeah.
hatch again. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
God,
man.
Krispy Kremes, McDonald's for lunch. He's like,
yeah.
your body's like, you're killing me, dude.
Well, I guess that would lead me to my last question, because I feel like there's been times throughout my career, two things that I think we've kind of mentioned here that you're doing better at. I used to worry about like, I'm not drinking anymore and I'm not partying anymore. And honestly, if I were to stop eating like I eat, I almost feel like a part of my persona and a part of my comedy is, I say comedy lightly because it's not like your guys' comedy, but like part of my podcast material is gone. And it's almost like people like expect that of me. And they'd be like, well, what is this new version of you that like doesn't drink and eats healthy? And I'm always like a little bit nervous about that. And in the same vein, the idea of like taking time off and kind of like you said, like, I don't have to do one special a year. I can maybe, spread it out, where I feel like if I don't keep putting shit out, there's someone else who's going to come along that'll just like fill that spot in that person's day. But I feel like I hope at least you reach a point where you're just confident enough in your act and in your material and whatever it is that you do, where you're like, I'm still funny if I eat healthy, still funny if I take a little bit of time off. But I guess you just reached that point where you're confident enough in that.
Yeah, I mean, I always look at it as like, I do like to be, I don't do a ton of stuff on Instagram, like actual like live stuff. My Instagram page is very good we post a lot of videos. We do a lot of comedy. There's a lot of content on it, but there's not a lot of like this, like personal kind of.
Right.
And that was the thing I was weird about a podcast is like, I kind of like being like, you don't really see me. You don't
a little
know
mysterious. Yeah.
Because when I do stand up, I want you to, that's when you get what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but you do have to do it every day. What you're doing is a little bit different of a thing. That work ethic can't go away. I mean, you can't have that because someone will take your
Absolutely.
spot.
Yeah.
So like that work ethic doesn't go away. The work ethic, I'm fine with you keeping. The other aspect where you think about, which I've fought too, about like, I used to have all drinking stories.
Right.
I would have, now I have eating bad stories or eating bad and all this kind of stuff. So I would always worry about that being like, is that going to affect that I'm now not this guy? And then I don't become this thing. But what I would always look at is you go, well, if you can't quit that stuff and still continue what you do, then you're not good enough.
Not good anyway. Right.
Because you shouldn't be able to, it goes back to funny, like, so one of my favorite stories when I started comedy is I remember this guy I might have told you somewhere, but I don't know. But I tell this story, this guy, an open mic comedian, we're all terrible. This guy had a ponytail, and he would go up and do 5 minutes of jokes about having a ponytail, and they would like do really good. But he had his ponytail, and he would just blah, blah, whatever. So one day he shows up, and he doesn't he cut his ponytail. His ponytail's gone. And so we're like, what are you going to do, dude? And he was like offended. He's like, I got other jokes, man. Like, it's not like I'm just a ponytail comic. And we're like, all right, man, sorry. And he goes up there and he starts his other jokes, and they bomb so hard. And then he goes, so I used to have a ponytail. And then he starts doing his old ponytail stuff.